What's up, guys? This is Generic Minority bringing you another Monday Night Raw review for the night of 6/15, June 15th, June 15th, 2015. Raw. I don't even think I need to do that intro anymore. I don't know. Somebody tell me in the comment section. Somebody give me, other than Declan, show me some love in the comments. Please, comment, people. I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to make my show better. I don't know how bad I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I just need you guys to tell me what I'm doing. I'm confused, and I'm a minority of multiple races, so I have a metaphoric confusion I need to deal with. So Raw opens up with Seth running off his Chris Jericho style 1,001 peoples to thank, and all of them are Seth Rollins, basically saying he won it by himself, and he won it. I just think Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins and Seth Rollins. I kind of wish he would have said Tyler Black, just like randomly in the middle of it. He's just like, I'd like to thank Seth and Seth and Seth and Seth and Pablo, that weird guy I played on TNA that one time before I got my full-time WWE deal, and Tyler Black and Seth and Seth and Seth. That would have just been really funny if he had made reference to his past personas, or just said Tyler, something, just because it would have been fun. Especially with the fact that he's going to be dead in 5 weeks. It would have been nice for him to give it a little thing to say. Oh my god. I have sugar all over my leg. Yes, it's sugar. It's not what you think it is. Yeah, I'm not editing this part out. I seriously have weird... I'm going to have to come back to you guys because I've got weird gross stuff all over my body. Hold on. And I'm back. I found out what the stuff was on my leg. Don't ask. Actually, kids, ask your parents what it is. Wait, what? So, Raw opens up, and I'm not going to edit that part out. I'm totally going to leave it in. So, Raw opens up. Seth's thanking everyone, including himself. And he's interrupted by Dean, of course, who comes out to fight him, says, I'm never get tired of making your life a living hell, so I might as well keep doing it. I had my hands on the title, and I tasted the chance of being champion. I want it again. Much to Seth's chagrin. Couldn't say Seth's chagrin. And Dean basically just holds the show hostage, pulls his own single-person yes movement, and says he's going to stay in the ring until Seth comes back out. And he is met by the Celtic Warrior, easily the most hated man to walk out of Money in the Bank, Mr. Money in the Bank himself, Sheamus. Sheamus just basically says he's doing the Authority a favor, and Sheamus and Dean have a match, and the match it's a basic match. Sheamus he attacks the knee of Dean that was attacked last night by Seth, and they just have it's just straightforward, just nothing to be confused about match. There's just nothing to be confused about. It was very straightforward. Heel runs most of the match. Face starts to win it. Dean starts to get ahead of him, pulling some reversals and getting his own offense in, and of course Sheamus tries to leave and says he doesn't need this. But when he tries to leave, he's met by Randy Orton, who scares him just enough for Dean to throw him back in the ring, roll him up, pin him. Dean gets the win, which then Sheamus is met by an assault from Randy Orton. Randy Orton plays a little bit of I'm gonna beat up Sheamus to get revenge for that time he beat me up 2 weeks ago. Apparently those two are gonna be feuding now, so that should be interesting. And much like I said, the winner of the Money in the Bank always has to be losing all the time because they have to be look like they're down on their luck, and that's when they finally cash in. It's very predictable, but they have time to build Sheamus. I'm not mad at all that he has the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm perfectly fine with it. Next, of course, Randy Orton tries to beat up Sheamus or hit him with an RKO, and of course he tries to do whatever. I wasn't even looking. He beats him up, but Sheamus gets away, and that's the end of that. Next, we get King. R-Truth comes out dressed like King with a toilet plunger, or he's wearing what I can only describe to be a Burger King crown, one made of paper, and then somebody's mom's bed sheet and a toilet plunger with a bow around it, and he's coming out saying he's king. He's dressed in his normal clothes and anything. He sits at commentary, And then King Bear comes out, and at the commentary table they tell him he has a match with King Bear, and I don't know, like, it seemed very genuine that everyone was confused, but I'm not sure. And nevertheless, it's a short match. Truth wins by a roll-up, literally just almost immediately, but then he has to eat a souvenir elbow. Yes, I know Wade Barrett's move is called the Bullhammer elbow, but I like to call it souvenir elbow because I just imagine that when it was called that, it was because like Vince took a trip to London and it was like, Wade, I went to England and I got a souvenir. You should call your finisher the souvenir elbow. And Wade just kind of looked at him, and then he was like, do it. You have no choice but to. I'm your boss. You're not black, so you can't be angry and black. So you gotta throw a souvenir elbow. I just like calling it the souvenir elbow. I honestly like it better than the Bullhammer elbow because it's just weird. He doesn't have any, like... He doesn't have any... And that's my phone going on. And we're back again. This review is only supposed to be like 10-20 minutes or something like that. But nevertheless, back. Hopefully that didn't pick up on the audio. I'll be right back again. And we're back. Souvenir elbow. R-Truth had to eat it. I don't know why he came out with a plunger. Jeez. Impossible to record things around here. I hope you like the technical difficulty music. It's my favorite part of the show. Let's be real intimate for a minute, guys. How do you feel about the technical difficulty music? Do you like it? It's like I'm right in your ear. Alright, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm being goofy. Like, comment, subscribe if you think I'm being goofy. Follow me on Twitter. I'm a shameless whore. Anyway, next, KO, Kevin Owens. I'll just call him KO for short for the most part. KO comes out. Says that Cena isn't there. Great, because that means that Cena can't come out and no sell, being powerbombed against the metal edge of a ring. That's normally what he does in matches. Like he gets his knee beat up and he comes out just jogging out smiling. So I was glad he wasn't there. But KO says that Cena's not there, and he wasn't. He was not in Cleveland tonight. And then he says that Cena had the audacity. Well, that Cena disrespected him by saying that he deserves to be in the ring, and that he already knew that, and that instead of walking away and just being a gracious winner, he had to instead try to get Owens to shake his hand instead of just letting him wallow in his defeat. And you know, it was actually a sign of John Cena's ego as opposed to him actually being like a gracious competitor. And that's why he beat him up after the match. And so that's what he says. He says next time he faces Cena, he wants it for the U.S. title. I'm hoping they just kind of don't do it at Battlegrounds. Like, they just wait till the next one, like SummerSlam, because, I don't know, I feel like it would kind of lessen it, and they'd have to add a stipulation to the match. And I think, is it SummerSlam that's coming up after Battlegrounds? I'm not 100%. But they shouldn't do it at Battlegrounds, which is 5 weeks away. And I know that gives them a lot of build time, but they don't really need any for Cena versus Owens, so just wait. Don't, make it like a treat. Don't make it like this constantly has to happen over and over and over again. But, whatever they do, we'll see what happens. But then he issues an open challenge, which is met by Dolph Ziggler, who apparently comes out with Lana, who apparently her new gimmick is the girl that kisses Nikki Nemeth from the Spirit Squad. That's it. Why is she doing nothing? She's doing nothing because Rusev is hurt, but she was really doing nothing before he got hurt, and it doesn't seem like there was anything other than that, like her being around was going to get in the way of him winning against Ziggler, which shouldn't happen because Rusev should be winning because Rusev... Listen, back in the day, heels used to just dominate for months and months and months, and it would take months, 6 months, a year for a face to finally get their comeuppance and win it all, so... With it being rushed like this, it kind of gets a little bit annoying to watch because, like, now what do? There's no long-term booking, and they're clearly didn't feel like there was any with Lana. She's just there to kiss Dolph and then go home and bang Rusev because those two are dating, at least to the best of my knowledge, in real life. But the match itself was solid, and what you would expect from Dolph and Kevin Owens because they're both two really good competitors, and Dolph can really sell. And Kevin can sell too. Let's for the people on the internet calling him fat and lazy, you're idiots. Clearly, you don't know Mr. Wrestling like how everyone else does. You calling him fat and lazy is just an idiotic spectacle. You know, it's just an asinine spectacle of your own stupidity. And you might as well just stop wasting your time. Just comment on the internet acting like you know and you don't. Like, to call him fat and lazy, it's just because he's fat, and it's like his moves are very calculated. Like, everything he does in the ring, he calculates. He tells a story with. Like, he could just go around the ring and flip around and just be a moveset, kind of like Adrian Neville is. Like, he just goes around, flips to the ring, and he's real high energy, and he's just constantly moving. But Adrian Neville can't tell a story in a match. He can't. He just goes in and he's just fast paced, you know, and that's the difference between a star that will burn out and a star that will sustain. Kevin Owens can really sustain, whereas like Adrian Neville, he's already burnt out. Like, he's already burning out. If you want to be real about it, because let's be 100% real, Kevin Owens can sustain his star. It's a slow burn, and Adrian Neville is already burning out. He's been in WWE on the main roster for what, 2 months now? 3 months? Exactly. So when you really sit down and think about it, Adrian Neville is burning out because a candle that burns twice as bright burns out twice as fast. So he can burn really bright. Like, his first few matches, everyone was super hyped for him. Now no one really cares. And you can tell no one really cares, not even people in the back, and they don't know what to do with him. But Kevin Owens, you can do a ton of stuff with him, you know? So I don't know why everyone's getting on Kevin Owens' case and being total douche on his body. He did, however, cement himself as a top heel later on tonight, but we'll talk about that. Kevin Owens wins in what was a solid match. It was cool. Dolph, I hope he enjoyed being standing next to Kevin Owens and getting to touch his skin, I guess. Backstage, Paige is trying to rally up the Divas to stop the Bellas, which is interrupted by the Bellas. The segment really annoyed me, mainly because Nikki makes reference to the fact that she helped Stephanie win against Brie at, I can't remember the pay-per-view right now. I want to say SummerSlam, but I can't. The last SummerSlam, but I honestly can't remember. That's off. But she makes reference to this, and then immediately, like, what the line she says after is, "Sorry, Brie," and Brie just goes, "Okay." This is all I'm gonna say about whenever the Bellas are on the screen. Whenever you see the Bellas on the screen and they're being buddy, Nikki Bella, whether it was a line or not, said on Monday Night Raw, "Here's something that here's something that you didn't know. Yeah. I wish Brie would have died in the womb." I don't want to see those two hugging. You just said, I've never said that to my siblings, even on the worst day. I think maybe I said I wish you weren't born once, but I'm an older brother, and I'm the oldest. She's a twin, and she said, "I wish you would have died in the womb." Whether that was a line or not, their characters cannot just be buddy. You could go, "Well, they're twins, so they're closer bonds." That doesn't mean your character can just say worse. If you said you wish, just imagine saying, like, "Oh, yeah, no, we're family, so when I tell my brother or sister I wish they died in the womb, it's just cool." Know any family like that, and that's... You come from a terrible family. Like, if you're that family or you know that family's terrible. But whatever. The Bellas come out and they basically tell everyone... They intimidate everyone, quote unquote. They're not really intimidating. Like, seriously, like, you can knock those chicks out super easy. They intimidate all the other divas and leave it. And Naomi's backside was out of control. She got that donk. Like, oh god, it was whoa. Anyway, so yeah, they all leave Paige, and she's stuck face to face with the Bellas. Unfortunately, she's got to look at them and smell Nikki's crotch. Probably smells like freaking blue Faygo and hustle, loyalty, and respect. I hate Nikki so much. Next, we get Randy Orton. He's got a match with Kane. It's going like a typical Randy Orton Kane match, and about halfway through, Sheamus just comes out. It's not halfway through, but at about 5, maybe around 10 minutes in, Sheamus comes out, and Kane rolls out of the ring and declares the match a no-holds-barred match, which Sheamus comes in the ring and attacks Randy and eventually sneaks in a bro kick, knocking Randy out, and Kane gets the win. So yeah, they're really pushing this Randy-Sheamus feud, which is fine. They should be solid matches. I have no problem with that. But backstage, Seth antagonizes Kane. And basically says he's like, he did it all alone, and Kane tells him, no, you didn't. But he goes, well, you've always had the Authority, or you've always had Paul Bearer, or you've always had the Undertaker, and they basically get in a confrontation, but it results in nothing, because earlier in the night the Authority said they were gonna pick out Seth's opponent, so he was running around bothering people backstage like J&J Security and whatnot. I would love, now that Joey Mercury's like kind of just like people go, hey, look, Joey Mercury. Wish they kind of get John Morrison back just so I can see those two hang out, just have an interaction. They don't have to be a team again. They don't have to be Eminem again. They just get those guys and Melina back. Just get John Morrison and Melina back, and just everyone be buddy again. And just be like, hey, we're here. Get them on the training team. Just something so I can see those guys hanging out. 'Cause, I used to like Eminem, and I don't know why, but I did. I like John Morrison too. Next, we get the Big Show versus The Miz. Miz wins by countout because Big Show tossed Miz into Ryborg and Ryback. I'm talking about him like I'm talking to one of my friends. He tosses Miz into Ryback, and then they get into an argument, and Miz slides back in the ring and is a weasel, and he's going to sneak away with the IC title eventually or something stupid. Of course, he gets beat down by Ryback, and then, Big Show walks away, and apparently those two are going to keep feuding, which is annoying. Next, Roman comes out. He calls Bray out. Bray, and he's telling Bray, why'd you attack me, yada yada yada. And Bray basically tells him 2 weeks ago when we had that match, you stole my opportunity to be Money in the Bank, and I'm gonna get you back for that, but not now. Not so close to Father's Day. And then pulls out that picture from that commercial with Roman and his kid when he's doing the I'm the Little Teapot thing, and he starts singing I'm a Little Teapot. And it's a pretty cool, like, people in the crowd are shouting boring, but whatever, because that's what, once again, slow burn, people. Bray Wyatt does. Bray Wyatt's character talks. And granted, yes, I always say all the time how he needs to fight more, but when he's cutting a psychological promo, like him going out to fight Roman Reigns all the time makes no sense because Roman Reigns is like a fighter character. But when he's in a matches with guys like Dean and whatnot, and he plays the when he's playing the psychological thing, that was fine. But when he's playing psychological against for weeks and weeks and weeks and like a month, it's not, he's not the Undertaker. He can't do that. He's not like an omnipotent power. He's just some dude who likes to mess with people. He hasn't really reached that level where he can do that, like just psychologically mess with a guy for 5 weeks, But this should be interesting. I like Roman and I like Bray, so they should be able to put on a solid match in a couple weeks. And I mean, if Cena and Owens have another match at Battlegrounds, I honestly think that I don't know. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt is going to be mainly carried by Bray, but I think that Roman can help. It'll be a match where Roman can kind of stretch his legs because Bray is a good worker. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they put on something good. And I was going to say it might rival the Cena versus Owens match, but it won't. I mean, maybe if the build is right on sheer interest, for me personally it might, but probably not, just because I like Bray and I like Roman. But we'll see. Next, we get... Oh, and of course Bray says, he's basically playing mind games with him. He's like... we'll play our. He's like, we'll have our match, but I want to play my games now, which is cool. I liked Roman's expression when Bray pulls the picture of him and his daughter up. It's just kind of like, is that a color printer? Like, he just looks at the picture like, oh, that's. Do you have a 3D printer? Because that'd be awesome. He just kind of he gives him a look, and it's clearly supposed to be like, why do you have a picture of my daughter? That's super creepy. But at the same time, it's because it's Roman. I imagine a multiple of other things are going through his head. Like, man, I really wish I could have a taco right now or something. Because it's Roman, and I like to just joke about his thought process. Next, we get Paige in a 2-on-1 handicap match against the Bellas. The Bellas win. Nikki once said, Brie, I wish you had died in the womb. That's all you need to know. The Bellas win, and blah, 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 blah. And Nikki Bella's going to go on a break. AJ Lee's record for the longest time being Divas champion. Paige is going to go on a break. AJ Lee's record for the most times being Divas champion. So that's cool. Actually, they might have Nikki do it too, just because why not? She's banging Cena, so she's got to be the greatest diva of all time, I guess. She didn't say she's not going to save the Divas division like Cena saved WWE back in the 04, 05, But hey. No one cares about Divas anyway. Hashtag don't give Divas a chance. Hashtag take all their chances away. Hashtag hire Caitlyn back, because, man, she's got some sweet baps, man. Next, we get the New Day. The New Day versus Primetime Players and Adrian Neville. Primetime Players Adrian Neville win. Hey, they looked like an Oreo cookie when they were standing on the ring. So that was cool. I don't really care. Yeah. Finally, Authority come out to announce an opponent for Seth Rollins, and they drag it out. And Seth eventually comes out, and he's like, and Triple H tells him, "This is the point in time where you find out. This is the point in time where you find out if a lump of coal you have, you exert pressure on it, massive pressure, and you find out if it's a diamond." Oh, God, that Triple H voice hurts. Or if it's just a lump of dirt. And then, of course, who's his opponent in 5 weeks? No other than Bork Laser, a.k.a. Brock Lesnar. And he comes out and just intimidates Seth out of the ring. And that's it. Overall, if I had to give this Raw a rating, I give it a C+, only because I give it a C+. It had some solid matches, and it's a building Raw, so it's a soft C+. Not like the hard C+ I get whenever I see Naomi. I mean, yeah, so I give it a nice little, and I keep messing with my mic here. I'll give it a nice little show it a little love, and give it a C+. It wasn't a bad Raw, not the best, definitely not the worst. They've had some terrible ones over the years. Hopefully going forward they'll be building better towards what's the next Battlegrounds is the next pay-per-view. So that's that. Join me next week. I'll have another Raw. Hopefully I'll be doing I'm trying to, and I keep trying to get my priorities right. I'll be recording some, at least I know one rant for a fact that I will be recording eventually, probably tonight if not tomorrow. I'll probably do a full-on mid-card hell podcast with Jeff later tonight. But for now, this Raw review will be going up. So I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.